Good day and welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Matu Okwamitarisha and here are the headlines. Oborevwori urged to present executive bill to Delta Assembly rather than verbal commitments. Delta State House of Assembly Health Committee hails progress at Ovrode Health College and pledges continued legislative support. Tompolo Foundation partners with Delta NYSC to launch pedagogical training for COP members. Tinubu declares state of emergency in Rivers over political crisis. Rema becomes first African artist to feature on Rolling Stone cover. Naira appreciates 1,590 per dollar in parallel market. Putin agrees in Trump call to pause Ukraine energy attacks but no full ceasefire. Warri Rugby Rumble to commence from April 2025. Now the news in details. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori of Delta State has called on real estate stakeholders to urgently reduce skyrocketing rent costs across the state. However, concerned residents and housing advocates have urged the governor to go beyond verbal appeals and instead present an executive bill to Delta State House of Assembly to address rent regulation through legislative action. The governor, represented by his chief of staff, Mr. Johnson Irijo, made the appeal on Monday during the 13th anniversary and annual convention of Property World Africa Network P1 in Asaba, the state capital. Oborevwori's representative used the occasion to highlight the rising cost of rent, especially in urban centers like Asaba, warning that the current rental rates are unsustainable for average workers, particularly public servants. He called on real estate developers to use innovative strategies to make housing more affordable. Despite the governor's commitments, critics argue that appeals alone are insufficient and that legislative action is necessary to bring real change. The further called on the governor, Oborevwori, to introduce an executive bill to the state assembly aimed at regulating rent prices, providing incentives for affordable housing development, and protecting tenants from exploitative practices. The Delta State House of Assembly Committee on Health has praised the rapid pace of development at the newly established College of Health Technology, Ovrode, located in Isoko North Local Government Area. The committee commended the Governor Sheriff Oborevwori-led administration for taking bold steps to address the shortage of healthcare manpower in the state through the creation of institutions. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Chief Ferguson Onwo, led members on an oversight visit to the college to assess the ongoing construction of administrative and academic facilities. Onwo noted that the project is about 80% complete and lauded the significant process achieved in a short period. Honorable Onwo, who represents Isoko South 2 constituency, expressed optimism that once completed, the college will expand educational opportunities for aspiring healthcare professionals and help fill critical gaps in the state's health sector workforce. It thanked Governor Oborevwori for approving and funding the project, which commenced in November 2024, and for locating it in Isoko land. He further disclosed that the Delta State House of Assembly has passed a bill granting the institution full legal backing as a standalone college, ensuring its sustainability and proper governance. Over 50 COP members in the Warri zonal area participated in the launch of a training program aimed at enhancing their teaching skills, organized by the Tompolo Foundation in collaboration with the Delta State National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. Speaking at the official launch, the chairman and founder of the Tompolo Foundation, Chief Government Ovyezide Ekpemupolo, reaffirmed the foundation's unwavering commitment to initiatives that promote quality education. Represented by Dr. Paul Bebenimibo, Chief Ekpemupolo emphasized the vital role of teachers in shaping the future of society and the importance of equipping COP members with essential skills. He explained that the training program was initiated to address this gap ensuring COP members are better prepared to engage students, foster critical thinking, and improve learning outcomes. Ekpemupolo noted that the foundation has consistently supported COP members through stipends, accommodation, and other, especially those deployed to undeserved areas. However, Delta State Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Mrs. Rose Ezewu, represented by Chief Ejirogene Erifeveme, commended the initiative and urged other stakeholders to emulate the Tompolo Foundation's effort in supporting education. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State, citing deepening political crisis that has crippled governance and posed security threats in the rich oil state. The declaration, which took effect on Tuesday, March 18, 2025, suspends Governor Similaini Fubara, his deputy Mrs. Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the Rivers State House of Assembly for an initial period of 6 months. In a nationwide broadcast, President Tinubu expressed grave concern over the prolonged political deadlock in Rivers State, stating that all efforts to mediate between the contending parties had failed. He lamented that the crisis had stalled governance, depriving residents of the benefits of democracy and fostering lawlessness. The president specifically cited the controversial demolition of Rivers State House of Assembly by Governor Fubara on December 13, 2023, and failure to rebuild it over 14 months later on a key factor in his decision. He also referenced the Supreme Court's ruling on February 28, 2025, which declared that the governance in the state had collapsed due to the constitutional violations by the governor. The Supreme Court has also ruled that 27 members of the House who had allegedly defected were still valid lawmakers and should not be prevented from carrying out their legislative duties. The court further mandated the immediate passage of the appropriation bill, which has yet to be facilitated. The president noted with concern reports of militant threats and pipeline vandalization within the last 48 hours, which he said the governor had failed to address. He assured residents that security agencies had been directed to maintain peace and protect critical infrastructure. Now on the entertainment news. Nigerian music superstar Divine Okubo, popularly known as Rema, has made history as the first African artist to feature on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that Rolling Stone is an American monthly magazine that focuses on music, politics, and popular culture. According to Rolling Stone, the Afrobeat sensation known for breaking boundaries on global stage is the cover star for the April edition of this prestigious magazine. Marvin Records lauded the uncommon feat with a post on its official Instagram page. Rave Lord Rema, the Afrobeat visionary, makes history at Rolling Stone USA first African cover star. Rema has also made history as the first African artist to perform at the prestigious Ballon d'Or ceremony. Moreover, this milestone has further cemented Rema's place as a trailblazer for African music, as this feature is coming shortly after it was highlighted on the cover of Days magazine, another major international platform. Now on the business news. The Naira yesterday appreciated to 1,590 Naira per dollar in the parallel market from 1,600 Naira per dollar last weekend. However, the Naira depreciated to 1,549 Naira per dollar in the Nigerian Foreign Exchange Market (NFEM). Data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) showed that the indicative exchange rate for the Naira rose to 1,549 Naira per dollar from 1,548 Naira per dollar last week Friday, indicating 1 Naira depreciation for the Naira. Consequently, the margin between the parallel market and FEM rates narrowed to 41 naira dollar from 52 naira per dollar last weekend. Market analysts suggest that recent interventions by the CBN and other financial regulators may be influencing the exchange rate trends. Meanwhile, economic stakeholders continue to monitor the impact of currency fluctuations on inflation, trade, and business operations across Nigeria. Now on the foreign news, Vladimir Putin has rejected an immediate and full ceasefire in Ukraine, agreeing only to halt attacks on energy infrastructure following a call with the US President Donald Trump. The Russian president declined to sign up to the comprehensive month-long ceasefire that Trump team recently worked out with Ukrainians in Saudi Arabia. It said a comprehensive truce could only work if foreign military aid and intelligence sharing with Ukraine came to an end. Ukraine's European allies have previously rejected such conditions. Meanwhile, the UN's envoy to the Middle East, Till Witkoff, said that the US talks on Ukraine are due to continue on Sunday in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The results on Tuesday's Trump-Putin call amount to a retreat in the US position from where it stood a week ago. Although the two leaders did agree to further peace talks would take place immediately in the Middle East. Now on the sports news. Rugby activities return to Warri axis of Delta State with the hosting of a Warri Rugby Rumble from April 4th to 7th, 2025. At the Nana Model College Warri, the rugby event will feature the South-South Rugby champions Edo State Rugby May teams against the Warri Rugby Football Club in 7, 10, 15 aside rugby challenge matches. The visitors who recently qualified for the National Rugby League finals will use this encounter as one of its warm friendly preparations. According to the organizers and coach of the Warri Eagles Rugby Club, Victor Wanchuko, it would be a huge privilege to host the South Zonal champions in Warri after many years, thanks to the efforts of old and senior rugby players in Warri. Visitors from Lagos, Abuja, Edo, Asaba, and England are also expected to come catch the rugby spectacle. Now a recap on our headlines. Oborevwori urged to present executive bill to Delta State Assembly rather than verbal commitments. Delta State House of Assembly Health Committee hails progress at Ovrode Health College and pledges continued legislative support. Tompolo Foundation partners with Delta NYSC to launch pedagogical training for COP members. Tinubu declares state of emergency in Rivers over a political crisis. Rema becomes first African artist to feature on Rolling Stone cover. Naira appreciates to 1,590 naira per dollar in parallel markets. Putin agrees in Trump's call to pause Ukraine energy attacks but no full ceasefire. Warri Rugby Rumble to commence from April 2025. News as edited by Timiola Emanuela. I am Matu Akbarmitarisha. Thanks for watching.